Welcome one and all to this short update video on our Season 3, Episode 3 for D&D. It's just me, Mike, this time. And I've received a great comment on YouTube after publishing the third video that suggested a tool to be used that really does help with the construction of these meshes. It does it really quickly as well. So I'm going to give a demonstration of how that works. Yeah, we're going to take it from there. So I've already gone ahead and I've exported, and this time I've exported all three files as PLYs. Okay, PLYs, pretty different. So let's now go to this layer, for example. Go File, Import, PLY, right? These are the ones that create all the quads, where every single face is a quad. Okay, so we're gonna open the wall. Import. Okay, so the wall is mastodontic, right? First thing we can do right away is change the dimensions to 1, 1, and 1, as discussed last time, and we can immediately control A, location, rotation, scale. Okay, so now all of these are applied. Now this is obviously super messy, terrible vertex count, no problem. Step number 1, remove doubles. Okay, reduced vertices to a fifth. Right, now these are all still faces. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna select them all. We're gonna hit space and type limited dissolve. Now I wasn't familiar with this tool, and this commenter, whose name is Frank, thanks Frank, has suggested using this. And check this out. That's pretty cool. It's reduced the amount of faces drastically. Now we still have really annoying ugly n-gons that I don't like. So we're gonna go and grab all of these n-gons with face selection. So it's fairly simple. You just go around the model, hold shift and right click, hold shift and right click until you are done with all of this. Okay, and let's also grab this one and this one inside. So basically, and now I'm going to delete all faces. So I'm basically leaving the shell. I'm also going to delete this bottom face. We don't need it. I'm just leaving the protrusions. Now these still have like weird interruptions in places where they don't belong. Let's simply repeat exactly the same limited dissolve. Okay, and you'll see this has helped in many places, not all of them though. There's still like random vertices here. Let's see. Oh no, these are on the other side. We're good. So there's still a few weird things, like these flat surfaces are kind of stupid. So we're gonna fix these too. Okay, so 1, and let's do this face, I'm sorry, and again, limited dissolve. Yes, and it's taken off all of those. There may be more over here. I think we're good. So now we should be able to simply select all of these with Alt Shift these, WE, and look at them. They merge perfectly like a bridge would. Again, WE, which is WE bridge edge loops, right? So now the only thing we're missing is the box inside. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to sort of break connections between some of these things, which is fairly easy to do. So I'm going to look from underneath and pick 4 of these. It doesn't matter which ones they are, it's irrelevant. Now I'm going to duplicate them and I'm going to drag them all the way down out of the box. It doesn't matter. Create a face by hitting F, extrude by hitting E, dragging all the way up. I'm holding control and now shift as well to the precision. Now these should now be more or less in the correct place. As far as I can tell, they are 0.0052 too high up. Oh, no, apparently not. So let's see what the number for this one is. Okay, let's copy this Z. Select this face and give it this value. There. Easy. Now we can delete the bottom face. Edge select this stuff, give it a Z of 0. And now simply select all, recalculate. In edit mode, recalculate normals. Boom. Check this out. We've reduced the tries to 1112 versus 1,700, right? Because this is all of these inefficient triangles in some places. Well, I mean, these faces were kind of silly to do, but it was quite uncomfortable to deal with these. He also mentioned another tool that I haven't tried yet, so we might as well just give it a shot right now, which is tries to quads. Yeah, it's not doing a fantastic job. It's working in some places, but not everywhere. For instance, it doesn't work up here. I think it probably requires straight lines as opposed to these diagonals. That would be my guess. It's helped quite a bit though. Still not as efficient as the other one, and the other one's well fast. Well, I mean, I guess this one's quite a bit faster though, because you only do one process, right? Still, and this one has a few redundant faces underneath. Well, anyway, that was quite interesting. Now, now that I think about it, we could technically even add that face underneath, possibly to help with shadows, but we'll see. So this looks okay for now, I think. That's not bad at all. All right, so we've got one. Now all we need to do is assign all of those materials correctly, and it will be very easy to do. You'll see why. Because now the piece inside, this part, if I hit L on it, it's just the inside. Everything else isn't, right? So let's see. This one has green materials. Okay, so let's go to add the two materials. The first material is going to be the green one. Done. Okay. The second material is going to be the red one, the B material. Okay. And now all we need to do is just do this here and assign B. Couldn't be faster. Oh, we've got some interesting Z fighting. All right, I forgot these faces. That's not a big deal. It's an easy fix. I must have bridged them probably. It's fine. Mistakes were made. There you go. Now even less faces. Yeah, we've lost another 8 triangles. And this is a pretty good situation, I think. Pretty good situation indeed. Now all we need to do is give it the correct name. So we called it Adventure Wall. All right, now let's grab the first one, delete it. I've copied Adventure Wall. Oh, I think I copied the wrong one. There, let's get it back. Wall. Okay, so it's simply called Wall. Now we can delete it. All right. Wall and wall. And it will immediately work in Unity like this. That's pretty cool. Now, let's deal with the others too. I haven't done them yet. Well, I mean, this one, I don't know that it's worth it. It's, yeah, the triangulation is essentially correct. I mean, it's backwards to compare to what Unity likes, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, I mean, you know, we could try that tries to quads. There. I put the tries to quads system in, not system, but the little trick in, and it works perfectly fine. That's 1,000 tries. That's a decent, like, that's good. Let's, by the way, move this to the first layer. And then we've got this one. Now, this one is an absolute mess instead. So we're going to re-attempt the same trick. So we're going to File, Import, PLY, Spawn. There it is. Okay, so first things first. Divided by 62. 64. It will be whatever the number divided by 64, right? In that particular case, it was 64, so obviously. Okay, there it is. Now let's check that the proportions are correct. Yes, they are. Fantastic. Now, step number 1 is Control A scale, Control A rotation, Control A location. Okay, so everything's been applied. Step number 2 is remove doubles. Okay. Step number 3 is limited dissolve. Look at that. That's very good. That's really quite good. Some n-gons that I'm not a huge fan of, but they're not an enormous deal. right? Because these are much more difficult to deal with. So we have how many faces? How many tries? 4,800 in this one, 4,300, right? Yeah, but this one we had to do a lot of massaging, right? And instead here we have very little massaging to do, and we can still get rid of most of these n-gons, and we should be able to actually bridge, whoops, my bad, delete faces, to bridge these gaps. Let's give it a shot. Well, first, again, limited dissolve, so we get rid of those little stragglers. So you can do it this way, right? And apparently they're tries because they don't quite fit. Yeah, I don't think I'm too upset about this. I think this is fine. Oh, no. We could do a huge n-gon that goes all the way to the other side. Or merge the center. That would work. Yeah, let's use some clever tricks here. Okay, so delete faces. And so let's delete all of the plain large surfaces, right? That are straight. We don't need any of those. And this would be the same place, and it's also the same material, which is going to be very, very helpful. You'll see why shortly. So these are all of my cyan areas, right? I can delete all of these faces completely. That's not bad. I would like to delete the top faces also, but we'll worry about that in a bit. Let's also do it on these small ones, so you can see an example of why it is that this makes sense. Right, so I forgot the bottom faces for now. We'll do that too. So this is, I mean, fairly quick because they're face selections, right? So we can now delete the bottom faces too. Delete face, boom. All right, now we got this lovely skeleton. So step number one is select all of these. Okay, hit extrude with E. Hit W, M, C. Merge at center. Okay, so this is still less triangles than what you would have normally, I think. Now let's do the same with the next step. WMC, extrude, WMC. Okay. That's it. I can see a problem. So this is at the same height as our cyan. So this will be an issue. This one, I don't know that it will work unless we cheat a little. Yeah, we should probably cheat a little. So extrude WMC, all right. And now we can pick all of these and unselect these, and then unselect, oh, apparently I missed some. Oh, I made mistakes. So let's undo a bunch of stuff that I've done. Okay, here, let's stop here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna limited dissolve again. I forgot to do this. That's why it hurts. Oh, and I also forgot a face. Let's repeat limited dissolve. You can do a limited dissolve as many times as you want, so that won't be a problem. Now let's go with our problem guy first. So these, the inside ring here, right? This one. First of all, remove all of the outside. Okay, so this guy, second of all, we want to remove all of these. I left some faces. Not too surprised. Yeah, let me fix that first. Okay, that's good. So there will be no fast way of dealing with this, I'm afraid. So I'm going to, I suppose I can avoid selecting the external ones as much as possible, but yeah, not fantastic. So you would need all of the outside not picked and all of the inside yes picked. I see. Okay, so none of this, None of this, but yes, this. None of these. Yes, that. Yes, that. Yes, that. No, this. Yes, that. No, this. No. No. None of that. None of that. None of that. None of that. No. 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 None of the inside. So there's quite a bit of selection. Is there? Yes, there should be a faster way. So I can unbox select all of these unnecessary ones in the center. That'll help. I think there's also a circle selection, but I don't remember how to access it. So we'll stay with this. But a circle selection or brush select may help in this particular case. So remove, 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 remove. All of the external vertices are not necessary at all for us. The internal ones on the other end, those we need. I'm weirded out by something. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, you remember you can undo selections in Blender too, which is quite nice. It's very helpful to be much quicker. Yeah, these are easy to remove manually, like that. So all of the external, pressed extrude by mistake. All of the external ones are not necessary, so I'm just going to Is that it? Missed one. You want to have a full circle that's selected. Okay. That's pretty good. And we're going to extrude these. WMC. There you go. One of them has inverted normals. I think it's probably because I had one too many. No, one too few. So something's definitely off. See this? This indicates that there's doubles. Remove doubles. There we go. I should have done that in the first place. Oh well. Heck, one faster way of selecting these may in fact be this. Yeah, this seems like it's working fairly well. We'll look from the top down. Yeah, I apologize for some of the fumbling. I mean, I'm new to some of these tools, and generally speaking, I will make mistakes. That's what the show is about, guys. The show is about the real deal. This is how you develop. Meaning making tons of mistakes. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, looks like a thingy. WMC, boom. No weird normals, everything's fine. Now, this one is going to be weird because going to the center is not possible to us. So we're gonna merge. We can't do that either. At least not now. Not anymore, because in some cases we got this entire face going all the way there. So here's what we'll do. We'll extrude, scale down to here. Heck, I could even leave it here, but there will be some Z fighting, so that's not, it's really not optimal. It really isn't. Yeah, but it's not that bad either. I'm actually kind of surprised. Yeah, no, that won't work. Ouch. All right, well, I guess that we need to repeat that external selection like that. How's that looking? Yeah, because some of the vertices are shared. You know what we should have done here? We should have done a fatter model, like with a fatter border. That would have helped. Literally one more. And so that they connect in a seamless way would have been really useful. Well, we didn't, and now we're going to stick with this because I don't want to change the model without Zoe seeing it, etc., etc. And this level of knowledge may be a little bit advanced for her at the moment. All right, so I've got all of this done. There is one problem. This edge is excessively selected. So let's go ahead and unselect these edges. Whoops. Perspective is quite important when you're trying to deselect these. All right, so we got these edges. Now we can shift and alt select this, W-E. Ooh, harsh. Harsh, but not entirely unexpected. Okay, let's duplicate these. Drag them up. No, actually, let's not do that. Dang. I'm having a bit of trouble. I'm going to separate this by selection. Right, so now, see, there's this separate sort of plate. Let's retry selecting all of the external ones. Oh my word. Patiently select everything. Yay. I am very tempted to just go and fix the model in such a way that this particular problem wouldn't present itself again. But I said I won't do it, and I won't do it. Alright, I need to do it by edge. No, no, no. Yes. Thank you. Alright, so I've got all of the external ones, all of the internal ones of the underneath the ring. Boom, merge, and we get weird triangulation and so on, but that's okay. We can live with that. Now, the piece that I have separated, this guy, right, is now all alone. We're going to join it to this. Okay, now the piece is back. But it should have separate, it shouldn't connect. Yeah, I mean, so at that point, considering it doesn't connect. But we can remove doubles. Oh dear, how is that gonna work? It worked. It worked. It somehow worked. Well, okay, I'll take that. So that's not too bad, that's acceptable. Now, back to this one, and this one's easy, extrude WMC. This one's easy, extrude WMC. Back to the center. All right, now this leaves us with these, extrude WMC. This one don't need to extrude, it's an actual square. Extrude WMC, face. Now, WMC is basically what your n-gon would do, but here you control where the center is. So it becomes an issue of lighting. In fact, an n-gon may be desirable in terms of how Unity then processes lighting. You may prefer that. It's up to you. Actually, I'm kind of tempted to do an n-gon myself. No. Oh, whatever. we're gonna go with this. We'll see how bad it looks. Right? I don't know. Okay, now let's deal with these. Even though I don't know that there's a huge amount we could do. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it as it is. So these weird n-gons, all weirdly shaped. Hopefully there will be no problems, but who knows? There could be. We'll see how this renders in game. Okay, material assignment time. Add 2 materials. The first material is A, the green one. And the second material is B. Always go with the same order, so it's very easy to sort of unassign things. Now, this, if I press L, is going to be an issue, so it won't work. The fastest way, I think, will be edge selection and go B, etc. But it doesn't pick those faces, no, so that won't work. I think the fastest way at this point would be this. Where is the center of the face? Here. Yeah, there they are. So they're all in this circle here. So if you just follow these squares, it should help you select the faces you want and not the faces you don't want. Because it's concentric and it's a circular object, it should have the centers more or less in a circle. Now again, the only goal of all of this is drastically reducing the vertex count. Actually, let's check, have we managed to do it? So this one has 4,000 tries. This one has 3,000. We've reduced it by 1,000. It's not bad. N-gons may have slightly higher than these sort of concentric triangles. Have I missed anything? I don't think so. You know, this is an acceptably fast way of selecting these, I think. And, oh, I picked a wrong one. Picked a couple wrong ones. I don't know which one, but I guessed correctly. So there's a bit of overlap here in the model. Okay. Assign the B material. Boom. And this should look identical. And it does. My word. Okay, so spawn point. We're gonna copy this. We're gonna delete this guy. Go to the spawn point and name this one spawn point and mesh. You're gonna have to do it twice because Blender still remembers the previous one existed. Okay, now let's check how this one looks like in game. And it looks fairly similar. I would say it looks so similar, there's absolutely no worry whatsoever. One thing that's interesting is the shadow looks like it's performing quite a bit better. And I think I know why this is, because the triangulation is happening the other direction. So Unity is happier. Interesting. Well, that concludes my work for today. Very good, this was fun. And we've reduced our poly count severely. So we're still sitting on 1,000 batches, but we'll sort that out soon, and you'll be surprised how many batches we'll lose with one very simple command. We'll worry about that later, not now. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again tonight for the next proper D&D as opposed to this appendix. Bye bye.